All right, thank you, Megan. Hello, everyone. I am Glenn. I live down here in Texas. I've been here for a majority of my life, but I've also been fortunate enough to travel around the world several times. A little bit of it was by choice. I'm currently a LIMS developer consultant. I got into this field by luck. Honestly, I was unaware this field of work even existed until I fell into it, but I've been enjoying it for over the past decade. I used to be an infantryman back in my army days. That was one of the times I got to travel around the world, maybe not by choice. What I loved the most about the military was when they paid me to go back to school. As I said, I've been doing this a little over a decade now. I've seen all sorts of clients from consumer products to FDA lab support to manufacturing, GXP regulated R&D labs with oversight from the FBI and CDC. I'm currently on multiple different projects with clients that don't really relate in any way other than using the limbs. I've mostly worked within LabWare, but I've been on other technologies such as Sample Manager, StarLimbs, LabVantage, just to name the big ones. Key points in life are that I'm a father, husband, beekeeper, and I like to get a few goats here at some point and enjoy their company. If you have goats and you'd like to have a conversation like that, feel free to message me. I won't charge you for that conversation. So what are we going to be covering? I will go through the differences in the architectures for the three most commonly used labware versions. We have V6, 7, and 8. I will talk about the advances in usage for web services. If you got one of those fancy modern instruments that wants to send data through some RESTful calls. Um, we will talk about the mobile device integration. I will not be able to vouch for the cost of your devices. We'll go over the advancements in data integrity and preventing bad audit data. And we'll dive into some details for the modern version of Storage Location Manager. And to cap it all off, how modernizing your legacy system will increase user adoption and usage, which, if you've listened to any previous webinars featuring me, you know that I'm a strong advocate for the users and ensuring the changes I make actually provide value to their daily tasks. The body of your labware's architectural evolution from V6 to 8 has been defined by a transition from file-based, client-heavy system to a high-performance, database-centric, and web-ready enterprise platform. The core philosophy remains enterprise laboratory platform, where LIMS and ELN share a single database, but the underlying plumbing has changed significantly to support modern cloud environments and regulatory data integrity. The most significant architectural change between LabWare 7 and 8 is the removal of server.sys and client.sys files. In V6 and 7, these files were the backbone of the system configuration. In LabWare 8, these parameters are moved into the database. This simplifies your cloud deployments and load balancing as you no longer need to synchronize physical files across multiple application servers. LabWare 8 introduced a more efficient immediate commit processing scheme and an optimized compiler for LIMS Basic. For V6 and 7, it was heavily dependent on client-side processing power. In LabWare 8, it's engineered to handle thousands of concurrent users with nearly double the processing performance for specific automated tasks compared to LabWare 7. And it also supports the Postgres SQL, offering a lower cost, higher performance or high performance alternative to Oracle. And while LabWare v6 offered a web solution, it often felt like a wrapper around the full client. LabWare 7 made strides with a more modern web interface and the introduction of web services. LabWare 8 is built for the RESTful JSON world. It supports your OWASP security enhancements natively for the web applications, making it far safer for external facing portals or global SaaS deployments. Architecturally, LabWare has absorbed many modules that were previously separate add-ons in LabWare 7 and V6. In V6, LIMS and ELN were often distinct entities that required careful bridging. In LabWare 8, the ELP architecture ensures that objects, your samples, tests, users, exist only once. New features like the regulatory data integrity module are baked into the core architecture to provide an immutable audit trail that is harder to achieve in legacy versions.